We are live.
We are live. Hello, adventurers.
Hello there.
Yeah, welcome to our first stream regarding Dungeons and Lasers with two of us. My name is Michał and I'm project manager in Archon Studio, and this lovely gentleman is our social media ninja.
Welcome.
Yeah, he is responsible for everything, including today's stream, all kind of social media activities. If he gives you a heart on the chat or in any of the Instagram or Facebook comment, this is this guy.
In most cases.
Yeah. Okay, so he is responsible for everything.
We're live.
Today's stream. Yeah, this is an inception.
Great. So now I can see your comments right here in case if you wanted to give us a question during the live stream, because we have already prepared our questions, but if you want to ask us about anything about Woodhaven, third edition of Dungeons and Lasers, you can do it in the comments. So, oh, hello Edward. Only 7 a.m. in the central time of USA, by the way.
Oh, that's a hard.
That's a rough rise and shine.
Yeah.
For the United States.
Die-hard fan. Okay, let us start. We have sent you a bunch of newsletters recently, asking you for your questions, asking you to join us here, like 2 hours ago. So let's start. Maybe Kamil, you have some questions you would like to answer.
All right. Mauricio asked, please make the minis and the roofs as add-ons so we can customize our existing Dungeon and Laser sets instead of having to buy complete sets to get the roofs. I have 3 pledges and 9 rooms, so buying even more sets just to get some roofs is kind of too much. Please.
We are thinking about separating architecture-wise everything. So, for example, you buy just the walls. If you're a big fan of walls only, like you play only on interiors, or you actually don't need to create a small town on your tabletop, you can buy separately roofs and the floors. That's the current state of our business plan, so to speak. This is aiming to do. A lot of this depends on the business plan related to actual tooling. All of the sprues you're getting from us require a lot of work. And if engineering-wise it makes sense, everything will be separated, and we will make sure it makes sense. So I would count on that.
All right. I propose to pick one question from here and then one question from the chat, because okay. I see we have still coming questions. So Angelo, Balconies, also gargoyles for the corner pieces. I guess that was a wish. So what about gargoyles? Are we going to have them?
Gargoyles and the balconies. Yeah, balconies are a no-brainer for us after we have introduced the half walls in the second edition. We have discovered the technology of lower walls, and we decided that the balconies are really a necessity. When it comes to architecture, the balconies, they just have to be there.
All right. Do you have the Woodhaven demo sprue to show us?
Not yet. When it comes to creating a tooling for plastic sprues, it's very complicated, time-consuming, and kind of expensive. So we are finishing a couple of extra bits. We want to put one demonstrative tool to show you guys how it works. Approximately maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and we should have something finally ready. Just takes a lot more time than working.
Yeah, because like Edward says, that the rumor is that Dungeon and Laser stretch goals has included a previous sprue. Now, where did you get it? On the Discord or something like that? I don't, probably.
We do not confirm this gossip. This is a rumor control.
No, yeah. Okay, Chris, so funny because Chris asked us here in the chat and asked us exactly here on our question list. So, some sitting town folks will be nice. Are we going to have them?
I think it depends on stretch goals, how much actually backers we can get in the 3rd edition. When we design the town folk, we go with most popular characters you have selected in the surveys you have sent us. And if we have enough backers, we can include a sitting characters. It's all about the popularity.
Maybe you want to ask me about something.
Yes, Kamil. Colin asking us a question about the docks. I know you're a big fan of the docks.
Yes, and
We've got something to show.
as a matter of fact, I prepared some docs, so I'm going to switch the look right now, and now we can see that we are working on it. Here are some basic concept arts, and yeah, we're just gonna have them. But the question is it going to be in the stretch goals in the core box of Woodhaven?
Yeah, this is something that is decided after the tech angle is figured out. This is a rough concept of the docs, how we would like to approach it. Probably in the next few days, when the sculptors and engineers will look more into it, they might alter design a little bit, but more of this is something we're aiming for.
So it's basically the same answer for some other stuff that are pretty much more than usual. Like we had a question about the guillotine or a falling gate in front of the big entrance. So
yeah, I had to Google it actually. It's portcullis or something.
Portcullis, like yes, yeah. That's the word. Okay.
And we've got something on chat.
Yeah, we got plenty of things on chat. Radosław.
Hello, Radosław.
Witaj. What could be the average height in centimeters of wall when constructing a building with a Woodhaven set?
Woodhaven is going to be engineering-wise fully compatible with previous editions. So you can mix and match as you see fit. And if I recall correctly, the average height size, height of the wall was like 50 millimeters tall. The half was like 25, if I recall correctly. So the same dimension geometrically wise is going to be
So like we had this short video on update when we had actually this new sprue elements that we could lift up and simple assemble to make 2 level sprues. So you can actually watch it, and we have it right here.
Okay, then you can bring it. We call it the vertical clips. We have them introduced in the 2nd edition, and they are working now. And basing on them, they're going to design the same system for building stories in the Woodhaven. Yeah, this is how internal testing looks like. Whoa!
And we broke it.
Yeah, no worries.
That was planned.
Yeah, just to show you guys, just more or less how it looks, how it works. Thanks to those clips, things stay in place. So very similar technology is going to be used in Woodhaven, and it's going to be fully backwards compatible.
Right, I see we have a lot of questions that we have already on our list, so maybe we just go on with our list.
Okay, Kamil, everybody asking when we're starting Kickstarter actually.
So the Kickstarter is actually planned for 2nd quarter of 2021.
Very early Q2.
Yeah, but so we hope that you don't have to wait that long. So just stay tuned, and we'll launch the campaign basically when we're ready.
Yeah, we've got plenty of teams we are planning to include in Woodhaven. We just have to scope them first to show you guys during the Kickstarter, and it's gonna take a couple of more weeks to actually get everything wrapped up. So stay tuned for updates. And there's another question, will it be released to Kickstarter first, like the last 2 phases?
Yeah,
definitely.
Basically, it's the 3rd edition Dungeons and Lasers. So Dungeons and Lasers 3 is Woodhaven. Heaven is Dungeons and Lasers 3. All right, I will choose one question from the chat, and okay,
is this Radosław again?
Radosław was before, and that was question. Okay, how come freestanding buildings are being made in Dungeons and Lasers system and not Rampart system? Will Rampart return also?
Rampart and Dungeons and Lasers are engineering-wise 2 totally different kinds of beasts. You would have to literally make some miracles to make it compatible. And since making miracles is not that easy, I wouldn't expect to make all of those 2 product lines compatible. Rampart has been designed in a way it's designed for a reason. Same goes with the Dungeons and Lasers. I wouldn't count much on making it compatible. It's just 2 totally different systems.
Okay, so we go for the list now.
Okay, will you have unique NPC monsters? We have a question like this.
Yeah, we're going to have some monsters. Basically, we have few groups of our characters in Woodhaven. First and the biggest one, like collectible, is Town Folks, which we already presented on our social media. But we have something more. Like if you wanted to see some kind of monsters or unique NPCs, we have here a fan art and a concept of, ladies and gentlemen, ogres. And furthermore, we have that was a very pre-alpha concept of a rat folk. We still don't know if that's going to be a thing, but it looks amazing. So we're going to think about making these as well. And ladies and gentlemen, we have one more. I'm gonna do.
If I recall correctly, we've got a guy with some kind of wood on his back.
Yep, I'm going to.
This guy, yeah, it's a troll.
Yeah, we have trolls, and not the internet trolls. Yeah, basically, like trolls.
Real scientifically accurate trolls. With this guy is carrying a bridge on his back, element of it. So that would be one of the bigger characters in a Townfolk. Probably depends. Everything depends on stretch goals. It will be unlocked during the campaign.
Yeah, and we have a very good question about the scale of the models. Well, when we talk about trolls, they're going to be bigger than usual, I think, or not?
Yeah, but everything follows tabletop 28mm scale.
Yeah, so
25mm basis for the little characters.
So no worries. And we have one more because we have like a few groups, like we mentioned before, the guard group we're going to have, and we're going to have, ladies and gentlemen, we have some Roblin cousins.
There's like a
we're back, and wait for it. Here I have to give it a chance. Come on. Yes, now we can see the cousins of Roblin.
Yeah, another thing we are thinking about when it comes to the town folk and the creatures living in Woodhaven. Because at this stage, we have came into conclusion that Woodhaven the dungeon laser is becoming a universe on its own. We are already having dungeons. We have sewers in the plans. We are going to talk in a while. We have a Woodhaven town. We have like a futuristic version of it called more lasers oriented. Angles, so the goblins are something we are thinking about as well. Expect a lot of those things we are showing you in the stream.
And apart from monsters, town folks, and other mystical creatures, we have children.
Yeah, children is a curious case because they are super demanded by you in the comments, in the emails, in the surveys. Like, please give us miniatures of little kids. So we have decided to create one.
Sagata. Alright, another question, maybe from the chat, okay. Because we have plenty of people on the chat actually, so that's a thing. Will we have a stretch goal for some styles of walls other than European human in theme? So I guess it's a kind of a question that we're going to have some crazy concepts about architecture, like some elves or hobbit-like houses.
That would require, like, in my opinion, a massive amount of backers. Because at this stage we are also budgeting the whole project, like we did with the second edition. Thanks to that, second edition is going to be released, delivered like 3-4 months before the actual deadline. All thanks to planning ahead, and we are planning ahead the whole Woodhaven thing right now, and adding even more themes to do what we have in plans already will require a lot of budget. So all that kind of thing is going directly into stretch goals and will require massive funding to make it happen, because each of the theme results with extra tooling, and that creates a lot of budget riddles that needs to be.
Right. Answer to that. Alright, that we are done with this page.
Yeah.
Actually, let's go right here. Oh, that's a good question. What are the price points? It's according to Kickstarter.
At this stage, we're still budgeting things, and we're creating the outlines of two links. It's going to be slightly different when it comes to the architecture of those. So we, at this stage, do not go with price point. Most definitely, it will be very, very similar to volume-wise. So stay tuned for update on that. As soon as we have more or less a finished preview page for the Dungeon Layers of 3rd edition, we will send you a newsletter and everything will be explained.
According to the children, we had a very wise comment that if we have children miniatures, we have to have pregnant women as well.
I'm not sure if this is going to be featured. If so, it's going to be in the stretch goals. I just wanted to point out one thing. Recently, in one of updates, we have shown your floors. Those were wooden floors, and there was quite a lot of questions about removing the scratches from them. The scratches are already gone. So we have picture to prove it. This is like the pre-update version of the wood planks.
Yeah.
Now Camel will. Yeah, this is how it looks now.
This is fixed. Not fixed. Like it's another just concept, because we can have like a scratched wooden planks in some kind of a much more, I don't know, food districts. I think like there is going to be some racked and destroyed house or something like that. We're just gonna leave it like the both versions, and we're going to look and decide which one is better. Here's another look on that. Right, so
yeah, those are the actual floors, the wooden ones. We have removed the scratches because we asked for it, period. So if you guys have any feedback, please leave it, because we actually read it and we implement this.
And that's a fact.
Yeah. Another question is, we have quite a lot of those. Can we show the guys the concept of the fences? Because something we're about as well.
Yes, why not?
Because some of you guys have said in this survey, for example, that you want to play more outdoor. Some of you want to play more indoor. For those who are more into outdoor things, we have prepared.
That's a tiny one, but I'm going to
just zoom it.
Yeah,
we're also working on a sets with fences. So you can create all kind of graveyards or maybe farm buildings, farm areas, that kind of. There's going to be plenty of those, and probably going to base on the half walls. Much better floors. Thank you, Edward. Will pieces from editions 1 and 2 will be available to add again? Yeah, they are going to be as add-ons. You can easily add them to your purchase during the Kickstarter campaign, and they're going to be shipped ASAP. So as well, we're going to start the 3rd edition. The second one is already going to be delivered to the backers.
Okay, I have one question that was signed kind of to me. Love that we are moving into a cityscape. We will be able to pledge separately terrain from the minis, though. So yeah, basically yes.
Yeah, most definitely we're going to create pledges in a way it's very flexible for you.
Very similar to the 2nd edition.
Yeah, if you are into architecture, that's great. If you're only into a townfolk, that's great as well. We're going to make it as easy as possible for you guys to get what you.
This one is cool. How much is my wife going to kill me if I drop money on this, like I did with 2nd edition?
This question was not read in public.
Yes, I said it depends. It depends on how many add-ons that you actually bought. But if you're going to again buy all of the add-ons, I think it's gonna be written. It's not gonna be an instant death. It's going to be very slow and unpleasant. So brace yourself.
Yeah,
adventurer.
Chris is asking actually an interesting question. Any mounted guards? Yeah, we are planning, guys, and hosts. We are planning some of the guards to mounted ones. So expect concepts very soon. It just has not been created yet, but it's already in the plans. And yes, William, you better start working overtime, because there's going to be plenty of stuff during the Woodhaven campaign.
We have plenty of people on stream. That's cool.
Yeah. Also,
or plenty of comments. That's the difference.
Can we have outdoor medieval executions areas like guillotine, draw and quartered hanging, alternates for sacrifices? We're going to introduce quite a lot of stretch goals architecture in groups, so just like we had done with the second edition of Dungeon Lasers, like when we entered the New Game Plus section during the campaign, near the end, we had like the Warlock sect, for example, like Blacksmith, and so on, and this is how we are going to get more consistent stretch goals in a
All right, that was a pretty much common question in the chat and in our submission banner. So about the sci-fi, is Woodhaven going to have like a sci-fi small sets or sci-fi add-ons? Anything that that every fan of Warhammer or Space Hulks and every sci-fi freaks can lay their hands on during the Woodhaven and with the Woodhaven terrain parts?
Yeah, in the Woodhaven per se, no, but we are planning another project related to terrain later this year, if fingers crossed everything goes well. I don't want to spoil too much, but it's going to be relying heavily on sci-fi architecture, so stay tuned for the next campaign later this year.
Okay, how about stables, Chris, again?
Stables. If we are going to create stables, they're going to be created using the stretch goals of architecture of the interiors. Probably not going to create a separate architecture tab on its own.
Right, like we still stay with the architecture. Like we know that you pretty much loved the sewers concept, so we decided to show you, like we listened to your voice again, and you asked for more rounded corners at the sewers, and you can have a look this right now.
There's like a super interesting thing related to it that you might not be aware, Camille. Guess what? We have in fact learned technology how to make a transparent plastics. And so there are a lot of approaches now to create real sewers with green transparent plastic on the floors. So expect much more mock-ups and visualizations very soon regarding that.
We have more sewers, more.
Yeah, when it comes to sewers, you need an entrance. So obviously the sewers won't get too many doors, so to speak, but they will get an entrances, ladders, and stuff like that.
And here another with kind of wall entrance and more wall fixes, because you were also commenting in the under the sewer posts that like we want red bricks, less red bricks. So we decided to do both, and you can see it right now. Yeah, so that's about the sewers.
Yeah, there's no real adventure without going to sewers. I've got a question from Cohen. Cohen asked, are there plans for themes like Marketplace or Castle? Castle, yes. Marketplace will receive quite a lot of items that you can put on the regular street, and then you get the Marketplace effect. They're going to be
about
like
the street.
Yeah, regarding streets, this is one of the concepts we have for the streets. We are still working on it. It's very work in progress. Most of the time we are spending on this is not artistic angle, but the engineering wise, how to make it work, compatible with everything, and so on. But when it comes to the castle, I don't know if we have those concepts handy. I guess not. Next time we are working also on a castle theme. It's going to be featuring mostly like a stone bricks with all kind of entrances and typical for castles windows, which are all rectangle. To be revealed soon. We're looking at the chat.
What's planned for dungeon places?
Every sewer sprue should include a rattan sprue. Yeah,
Yeah.
somebody note this down. And give that man a promotion.
Yes. Not out of the window. So, what's planned for Dungeons and Lasers 4? 4th edition.
4th edition, we cannot speak too much about 4th edition. We are totally focused on the 3rd one. It's like combined together as big as previous two in the same time. We are going with architecture on the surface, not in the dungeons anymore. We are going to work on roofs, and roofs are a big challenge for us engineering wise. We're still working on those, but they are going to be definitely included in.
Okay, there's a plenty of questions like we had on the list, so we're going to skip it. Okay, we have like more to show with some customization bits.
Yeah.
Here you have mostly like we previously we posted a forge from a forge and Samuel Workshop, like we called it. So basically, like we had woven bits in Dungeons and Lasers stretch goals. So now we're going to have very similar bits in Woodhaven as well.
Yeah, some of you pointed out in one of our recent posts that Samuel interiors are not like 100% scientifically accurate blacksmith workshop. Yeah, because those were just 2nd edition bits. We are going to dedicated ones, create dedicated ones this time.
And still, like we had a question previously, like is this going to be strictly historical type of terrain and dungeon and bits, or is it going to be more fantasy? What about the historical accuracy in that? Like, because we have shown you that we have architecture and walls themed in Gothic and bunch of architecture styles, but what about the bits and the terrain parts itself? What are you looking for?
I'm just looking at what kind of pictures we have not shown yet.
We have shown pretty much everything.
Did we show the actual concept of the children?
Yeah, we did.
Okay. I've got a question from Wilfred.
What about the bits? Is it going to be more historical accuracy in that, or
we are aiming mostly at fantasy world, and we have approach of fantasy role-playing games. So expect mostly that kind of theme stretch goals.
Right.
Just asking to Wilfred, tiles transitions between dungeons and Woodhaven. Like I said, everything is fully backwards compatible. If you want to assemble, for example, a floor from the sewers with the floor from the Hall of Heroes, totally doable. It's going to use same type of clips. Well, this thing stays with us as the staple of technology, so you can connect anything with anything from Woodhaven and previous editions.
If we're going to have a Woodhaven demo spruce, we will probably show it. I don't know if it's going to be live stream or short video, because we have, of course, winners from the first challenge, and Travis made a beautiful song for Woodhaven, so they deserve to get the Woodhaven demo spruce. So as soon as we're going to get them, you will see them. No worries. And the winners, I'm going to have them.
Also, creating a plastic spruce is not easy. It takes time. Otherwise, everybody will do this. So stay tuned. I have a questions from the chat. I would like to answer. Additional question: do you have any plans to create 25mm long segments, floors, walls? Are we keeping 50mm as standard? We want to keep the 50mm standard when it comes to the height, using probably half of this height when it comes to balconies, like that. When it comes to the floors, like to stick to the current system. The backwards compatibility is a must for us, so we stick with the tech we have already developed and make sure there are more end clips included. Yes, there are going to be plenty of clips. No worries.
I just scrolled for the previous comments, and there were a lot of yays for the sewers and the fixed flows. So I guess good job, guys. Good job, Archon crew. Bravo for you.
Is there a thought about triangular paths to allow for more organic and angular questions? Sorry, English is not my first language. Asks David. Not sure. Probably not. It's all related to what we actually have created. Our system works more or less in squares and rectangles, and it's not very easy to actually change everything within this and keep it compatible with previous edition.
Any cannons or ballistics in stretch goals?
We'll see. It all depends on you guys, so to speak. How many of you show up during the Kickstarter? Usually, at some point, the stretch goals. At some point in the campaign, stretch goals allow to include really heavy objects. So it all depends on the campaign itself. Peter is asking, are you guys gonna make a cavern forest lava ice stem sprue? It would be awesome. Not promising anything. We are testing solutions when it comes to technology. Stay tuned for updates. Do you think to have huge doors? Maybe in one of the stretches.
Like we said with the portcullis.
I don't know how to pronounce
portcullis
it.
or portcullis. I guess it's portcullis. So yeah, it's the same issue. So go on.
Chris is asking about rubble damaged walls planned. We'll see. If so, they're going into stretch goals.
Okay. Go on. I'm going to ask this because this is very interesting. Go on.
So yeah, when it comes to the big parts of plastic as a stretch goals, it requires a large crowd behind us, because the reason we are capable of delivering second edition before the deadline is because we planned everything ahead, and we're already planning the Woodhaven, and we'll see how many backers we're going to need to get in the first few days, and we plan the stretch goals.
Right. So second edition of Dungeons and Lasers, Dragons. Yeah. Third edition Dungeons and Lasers, Giants.
Probably Townfolk are going to be fitting that criteria.
Yeah, we have shown ogres and trolls, so it's kind of a mini boss in Woodhaven, or mini big Townfolk as well.
When Simon asks about giants, one of the more juicy stretch goals definitely would be a bigger humanoid like a giant. So no worries about this. Tim asks about greenery. Trees. Trees are always a tricky thing, because usually when it comes to the tabletop, they are not made of solid plastic. They are made of some more gentle materials that we not deal with manufacturer. The trees are probably not going to work with just a plastic. Similar drag when it's launching on Kickstarter, early Q2. And William Berg, thank you. Portcool is. Okay, he explains us how the particle is actually should be pronounced.
Cool.
When it comes to the Chris said very important things. Also need to spread the word to make stretch goals happen. Yeah, we've got a landing page, and if you guys can share the link anywhere you think people that might be happy with those lasers are living, share it. The more people we gather during the first day, the bigger chances to make creative snowball for this campaign and unlock much more expensive as well stretch goals. And the
more goodies for you.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah, the second edition has like a crazy amount of stretch goals. Because from time to time our engineers bring us a spruce, and it's going to be like a crazy amount of bits, just a stretch goals package. So it's really worth spreading word about those lasers.
Flower beds or gardens?
Gardens. Gardens are going to be problematic with just plastic.
Yeah, like with trees. Like trees. The same texture.
Yeah, plastic is a different kind of a beast than the resin or PVC. It has its own rules. So yeah, the trees, flowers and so on, very hard to actually manufacture with plastic. Would you consider adding texture to the angled end of walls that long walls look more unified? Depends. Depends what our engineers are going to say, because those little things that you're asking about, very technical thing when you've got ways manufacture, this thing quite often needs to left like it is, but we'll see what can be done.
Right, we have a question about the jail.
The jail.
We have a guard, so why not the jail?
Yeah, probably jail would be solved just with one additional extra door set, but with the jail bars, and that's it. Everything else can be done with the actual walls. Because truth be told, when we're going to have a couple of types of the walls, not including the roofs or floors at this stage, you can combine it with basically anything. You can create what you actually want to create, because we're going to use a basic two-door set as a typical fantasy village. Some wooden based theme and some bricks and mortar related things, so that's already just 3 teams combined with extra scenery, and you can actually do anything. So just 1 door and you got the jail.
Yeah, Simon asked, it's more question for me about the collaboration with YouTubers like Gallant Goblin and Black Magic Craft. Yeah, we know these guys, and this is my thing to contact them. And as soon as we will have something very big to show you, and to actually see how it looks, assembles, how it looks in action, maybe some of these guys will going to have this spruce already painted. So yeah, we're going to send Woodhaven demo spruce and Woodhaven spruce to the bunch. We have a bunch of a list of YouTubers, so you can expect some YouTube videos, previews, reviews.
Yeah, when it comes to the Gallant Goblin and Black Magic Craft, I have received today a Christmas card from Gallant Goblin.
Oh!
Yeah, I wanted to show you, but we had no time. And when it comes to the Black Magic Craft, well, last time we had to terrorize this poor guy to fit into his schedule to review our product, but we'll try to do it again, so no worries.
Yeah, but he was terrified about the Rampart boxes.
Yeah,
we had over 20 of boxes.
Yeah,
with,
if you follow
Rampart.
his YouTube channel, he's creating some crazy stuff with the Rampart. Check out his channel. I've got plenty of questions. Will Woodhaven and previous sets will be ever available to purchase after Kickstarter ends? Yeah, after everything is delivered to backers, we're planning also to sell it in retail. Obviously. Will there be an alchemy shop or weapon magic shops? Yeah, definitely. In the stretch goals, we're going to introduce a couple of terrain bits that combined with existing architecture will just create building. So yeah, you cannot create a town without alchemy shop or magic one.
Chase asked about teaming up with Viva La Dirt again. Is this possible? Michael, is this possible?
Yeah, I think it's totally possible. We just need to find some time to finish a couple of more projects with Viva La Dirt League, because we have something in the pipeline. We just can't spoil it right now. But yeah, there's some extra adventures are definitely coming. And yes, Lego like flowers would work. We'll see. Yeah,
definitely.
We'll see what can be done with plastic.
Right.
Okay. What else? What else you guys want to know?
Yeah, we have like 5 minutes, so
yeah.
keep asking. Q&A session. It's very lively. Like
yeah,
it's a thing.
In the future, Egyptian styles with pyramids, obelisks, ATC. Yes, most definitely.
Whoa!
This is a great idea. It's all about the actual size of the project versus the deliverability. If we go too big, we'll be late, and we don't want to be late. So we need to calculate what actually can be done.
There's a solution about the trees. Just large trunks, tree trunks, without tops.
Yeah, somebody write this down. We'll work on this with an artist. Stretch goals are the place for that kind of things. What's the tallest building you have made? At this stage, we have not created a plastic version of Woodhaven yet. We are working on it. But at this stage, we can put one thing on top when it comes from the second edition. We just not try to make it as big as possible. This will come as soon as we have the demo spruce. And most definitely, I know 1,000 of guys in the office would love to have fun with it.
Yeah, they just love to work on this. So will boats be a thing, and maybe ships?
Oh, I don't think they will fit the budget and the system.
We would have to think about the whole water system, excluding the sewers. So that would be difficult.
It's like creating a totally new product. So I wouldn't count on ships, but definitely count on the docks. How does the roof system work? Thomas asks us. We cannot show it much at this stage because we are testing this on the 3D prints, but more or less they would work with just a simple part that it's a generic roof and all kind of L-shaped elements that will allow you to create different kind of buildings. Very simple as possible to make it even deassemble without any kind of our aim. Like the druid says, with the pets will be another. Pets. Pets is something we have barely touched in the second edition. We have introduced a little alien-like creature, a little dragon. We have introduced a little fairy dragon, but we have not touched many of those animal companions. Maybe in the third edition we'll see in the stretch goals. Probably the comment section during the Kickstarter will be a source of yes.
Edward asked about how do we get Demos Pro when it's available? Well, Demos Pro, so
when we have a Demos Pro, you will know about it like immediately. We will brag like crazy about it.
Sure.
Edward, it's about like 3-4 weeks, maybe 2. We'll see how the engineerings are doing with this.
Spooky Graveyard, it's a thing.
Yeah, I think you can count on us, Simon. We can create easily a couple of stretch goals, like a complete set with just how is the English name for when you've got a grave? Tombstones. A couple of tombstones. It's totally doable in the stretch goals. Would you train packers to know what sprues go where and how to read shipping order? Oh, I see. I see, Derek, that as you must have probably received a badly packaged thing. Sorry for that. I hope our customer service will help you out with this. Yeah, or you continue to send free replacements. Yeah, free replacements is our policy if we back something wrong, so no worries about it.
Not whole ships, just bits. A bit.
A bit of ship is bit. Big bit. We'll see.
Yeah. Okay. Will there be a bonus for returning backers?
We'll see. We'll see how we're going to handle this. We have not done, if I recall correctly, nothing in the second edition. We'll see how it fits our business model and business model for the whole campaign. Need more lanterns, more doable. Do you plan on preparing lanterns fireplaces that are ready to install LED in them? This is a tricky question, actually, to make something LED compatible, because very few of you guys will actually install LEDs on this, but creating it LED compatible will require massive changes in how it works technically. So this is a still open question, how to work with this. We have still like a few minutes left.
Simon thanked us for the Q&A, and thank you very much, Simon. We hope you're going to join us again soon for another live. We're going to have another live with Valentine's announcement of the winners.
Yeah, guys, keep working on those love team dungeons and torture chambers.
Yeah, because we have few works already landed on the event page, but there is still a chance that you can submit it and fight for a prize for best video, best photos, and the community award. So we have 3 awards, 3 with 3 packs of Woodhaven demo sprues. So worth it. Come on.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you guys for your questions, but time is running out for Planet Earth.
Yeah.
This time. And we gotta go.
Not for the USA, apparently.
Yeah. We're going to put this video on the Facebook page so everybody can watch it. And next time we'll see if we can carry that kind of live streams later our time zone. so you guys living on the other side of the pond can see watch it live instead of being asleep. Yeah, Pablo, thank you as well. This is really an incredible, ambitious and visionary thing. Yes, it is, because we've got a whole team of engineers making sure that this thing actually works. So kudos to the guys who actually create this.
Thank you from Chris. Thank you from thank you Kamil, and thank you Michał.
Yeah. Okay, guys. I think that's 45 minutes. We've run out of time.
So thank you very much for the presence. If you have any further questions, you can ask them under the comments or in the or the future posts we're going to launch as well, because your ideas are basically sometimes becomes our ideas. So why not? And we love to interact with you and to make it happen. Just basically like. When I saw the Stewards post, I was like, whoa, what the hell? Like, we're going to do an update because, come on, it's what people want. And you pretty much loved it. And I just look if there's any more questions. Thank you. Lots of love from Wrocław.
Yeah, Wrocław is a really cool city.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you guys have any more questions, leave a comments below this video on our Facebook page. Kamil is on it and will answer anything you guys want to. And yes, I expect rats. Edward, you will get rats, no worries.
Not only in the basement. All right, thank you guys, and see you next time.
Thank you guys, bye bye.